The beauty and gift of truth is that it is not dependent upon your belief in order to remain true. Whatever you vividly imagine, ardently desire, enthusiastically act upon will come to pass. One of the best ways to influence people is to make them feel important. Success is most often achieved by those who don't know that failure is inevitable. Embrace what life gives you, for even the unexpected can hold hidden blessings and opportunities. Being defeated is often a temporary condition. Giving up is what makes it permanent. Resentment is like drinking poison and then hoping it will kill your enemies. Celebrasayakar dalam se galahal. Bakan kita minimukun hal kesel untuk aku sakuri. Dreams are what keep us growing. They are what keep us alive. To give up is to let our dreams die. Civilization is only possible for deeply unpleasant animals. It is only an ape that can be truly civilized. There are few sources of energy so powerful as a procrastinating college student. An item is only worth what someone is willing to pay for it. Don't be afraid of death, be afraid of the unlived life. That is all very senseless, but this senselessness has a pretty mouth, and it smiles. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone, you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add color to my sunset sky. Maybe some things aren't meant to be known. Maybe they're just meant to be accepted. If an apology is followed by an excuse or a reason, it means they are going to commit same mistake again they just apologized for. Doubting your judgments is the beginning of enlightenment. I like shape very much. A novel has to have shape, and life doesn't have any. You can't just plan a moment when things get back on track, just as you can't plan the moment you lose your way in the first place. The tricky part about discovering our giftedness is that it may be in an area that feels unexpected. Death comes to us all. We can only choose how to face it when it comes. What we cannot bear removes us from life. What remains can be born. The truth is not always beautiful, nor beautiful words the truth. Scar tissue is stronger than regular tissue. Realize the strength, move on. It is better moving up to your goal and falling than not falling doing nothing. You choose how you feel, you choose what you do, you choose who you are. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. It's not always what we don't know that gets in our way. Sometimes it's what we think we know that keeps us from learning. I can be changed by what happens to me, but I refuse to be reduced by it. Learn we may be with another man's learning. We can only be wise with wisdom of our own. There is no fate which cannot be surmounted by scorn. In the beginning, some people try to appear that everything about them is in black and white, until later their true colors come out. I don't know how I look, but I know how I feel. Young, goofy, infinite. Luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. For all those that have to fight for the respect that everyone else is given without question. If you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. I don't want life to imitate art. I want life to be art. You define your own life. Don't let other people write your script. People can change anything they want to, and that means everything in the world. We have to be honest about what we want and take risks rather than lie to ourselves and make excuses to stay in our comfort zone. Always be open to inspiration. You never know where it may come from. Begin with an open mind, end with an inspired heart. Forgiveness doesn't have to be when they are sorry, but when you show compassion to those who don't deserve it. I do not believe anyone can be perfectly well who has a brain and a heart. Thoughts become things. If you see it in your mind, you will hold it in your hand. Everything you want in life is a relationship away. If we encounter a man of rare intellect, we should ask him what books he reads. You do not write your life with words. You write it with actions. What you think is not important. It is only important what you do. If you think life is magical or life is hard, either way you are right. Your thoughts are the source of reality. Sometimes you have to take 2 steps back to take 10 forward. Problems in science are sometimes made easier by adding complications. One half of the world cannot understand the pleasures of the other. Do what you can, with what you have, where you are. Happiness depends more on the inward disposition of mind than on outward circumstances. If you want to give yourself a fair chance to succeed, never expect too much too soon. Anyone who knows me should learn to know me again, for I am like the moon, you will see me with new face every day. Filter out the irrelevant noise. Focus on the objective. A picture held us captive, and we could not get outside it, for it lay in our language and language seemed to repeat it to us inexorably. The mind is everything. What you think you become. If you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. No one really knows why they are alive until they know what they die for. Do not fear the thorns in your path, for they draw only corrupt blood. Personal perception of perfection is like that. You see what you want to see. After a while, you just see what you need to. Be kind, for everyone you meet is fighting a hard battle. Success does not consist in never making blunders, but in never making the same one a second time. The more details, depth, and thought you put into your ideas, the more valuable they become. This body is fragile. It is just flesh. Listen to the heartbeat. Life depends on the pumping of a muscle. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people that they don't like. Courage is feeling fear, not getting rid of fear, and taking action in the face of fear. There is one who remembers the way to your door. Life you may evade, but death you shall not. When I was about 8, I decided that the most wonderful thing, next to a human being, was a book. Patience is the only way you can endure the gray periods. Stand in the divine rain, and seeds of wisdom will grow in your soul. If you place your head in a lion's mouth, then you cannot complain one day if he happens to bite it off. We could never learn to be brave and patient if there were only joy in the world. I believe much trouble and blood would be saved if we opened our hearts more. If beautiful lilies bloom in ugly waters, you too can blossom in ugly situations. Properly practiced, knitting soothes the troubled spirit, and it doesn't hurt the untroubled spirit either. The value of surrounding yourself with positive people is not what you get from them, but how good a person you have become because of them. Seeing a miracle will inspire you, but knowing you are a miracle will change you. Success is getting what you want. Happiness is wanting what you get. Rise above the storm, and you will find the sunshine. The power of empowerment can change the world, one person at a time. Imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it's better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. Life is like a play. It's not the length, but the excellence of the acting that matters. Each time we don't say what we want to say, we're dying. With an eye made quiet by the power of harmony and the deep power of joy, we see into the life of things. There are no lungs like the ones that breathe poetry. How strange is man that when he is afraid of something he runs away from it, but when he is afraid of Allah, he gets closer to him. We strive for harmony, but it is not always realized. Everything that can be thought at all can be thought clearly. Everything that can be said clearly. Home is the place where, when you have to go there, they have to take you in. Grace isn't a little prayer you chant before receiving a meal. It's a way to live. He who has a why to live for can bear almost anyhow. Think of one thing you can do that will make a big difference in what you are trying to achieve. The things you do for yourself are gone when you are gone, but the things you do for others remain as your legacy. That is why enemies can be great motivators. They serve as fuel for your fire. If you don't want anyone to know about your existence, you might as well kill yourself. You're taking up space, air,